Professional wrestling from head to toe. New stories, independent wrestling. Let's go. Breaking down the matches, analyzing the fights. Big cats got the scoop, shining the spotlight. From the big leagues to the underdog fight. First sessions got you covered day and night. With the roar of the crowd, we dive deep inside, uncovering the secrets we can't hide. Body slams and suplexes, we abide. Purr sessions where the wrestling truth resides.
Welcome to another episode of Purr Sessions Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, the Maine of Maine, Big Cat Tyler Adams, and you can catch us live every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Twitch, and also sometimes Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And here and there we do a Sunday show. And if you can't watch us live and, you got things to do, you can always listen to us on every audio platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those great ones. And just, rate us 5 stars and just enjoy it. Somewhat better intro when nobody's freaking here but me. So crazy things are going on. Since we're in Maine, majority of us besides Levi, he was in Maine and he left. Limitless is doing shows. They had a show in Yarmouth. I believe it was last week. I think it was last week or the week before. I can't remember. Anyways, so this is a big deal that's going on for this live show. So for those who have been huge Limitless wrestling fans, we used to run in Westbrook. I believe they did a few shows in Portland, but Westbrook was like the biggest one, Westbrook Arena, as well as Orono. And Orono they can no longer do because there's a different owner. Westbrook, I don't know the story of what happened, why they couldn't do Westbrook anymore, but they no longer could. So when this was announced that they were coming back to Westbrook, oh my gosh, crazy. It's a great venue. Like amazing talent's been in there. Cody Rhodes, MJF, Darby Allin, top stars, JD Dunn, a bunch of guys have been in this venue, and it's basically a 300 seater or something like that, 300, 500 seater, but there's always huge amount of fans, and they pack that place to the brim. So we're all excited for this. I think there was a hint that there was going to be a surprise return. So who knows who that can be? That would be amazing if it was MJF who would come back, because MJF has done some indie stuff, but with how AEW is booking him right now, I wouldn't be surprised if that is not a possibility. But just to see him show up in Westbrook would be amazing. I know, was it Creative Wrestler Pro? I believe it was. I think Creative Pro, maybe that's what it was called. I know he showed up there, I think, a few years ago with our buddy. His name is escaping me right now, but it was funny because we did some tapings for the Limitless Mojo at the dojo. Limitless Dojo Mojo at the dojo. And he was there, and then it was funny. A few days later, he was wrestling MJF. So like a humongous, holy crap, this is awesome that we got to meet this guy type thing. So Yarmouth show happened, and we got a little teaser. I know you can probably see it already on the screen. We had a little teaser of what's going to happen at Warzone in Westbrook. Now, I'm going to say, first of all, this is amazing. Pogo guy. I can't remember his name. I apologize again.
Bear Bronson caught aggro.
He's doing amazing shit. And Anthony catches him with a cutter when he tries to go in the ring.
Out of the air by Anthony Green.
Holy shit.
Milo Mira intercepted.
I think Randy would be
by Anthony Green.
Of that. Randy Orton would have been like, oh, magic right there. It's like friggin' off the pogo caught in a friggin' cutter. Oh, that's so good. And like I said, we said before, like the camera doesn't do justice. The guy is jumping probably 20 feet into the ring. So being able to catch him like that, and that was perfect. Oh, so good. But then we got Ace Romero who came in.
Aggro! Oh, see you later. Oh, and look at this. Take me home tonight, friends, enemies, friends again, and enemies.
Now
the biggest pair of frenemies you'll see here at Limitless Wrestling. Not no way.
So Ace gets the microphone.
Something to say.
AG, it is over. I don't know why you decided to hang with these pieces of shit, but it is over, bud.
I think it's a great idea.
Piece of shit! Piece of shit! Piece of shit! Piece of shit! Tonight solidifies the beginning of the end for all of you. Because next month in Westbrook, at the show Warzone, it's gonna be a fucking war zone. It's gonna be your team versus my team in War Games.
Oh my! The cage is coming back to Westbrook. Oh, the last time it was AJ and H. Romero in a cage in Westbrook, the entire ring almost came down.
Team Ace Romero versus Team Anthony Green, which is Jay Haru, Aggro. I guess it's going to be 3-on-3 unless they're going to put Sydney in there. Poor Sydney Bacabella is going to get his ass handed to him. But I wonder what we can see for Ace's team. People that have had problems with Aggro and Haru could be a numerous amount of guys, you know. Could be Alexander Lee, you know, could be Desmond Cole, but I believe that he's still out for an injury. Could be a bunch of guys that we could see that possibly could team up with Ace to kick these guys' ass. Now, they hinted at the cage fall. That was a complete accident. So if I remember how the story went, and I think Randy Carver Jr. came on and talked about it, the guys who set it up weren't really familiar with the cage and just said, oh, this is good. And I think they used like zip ties to keep the cage together. So the simplest thing they went to do is to climb it. The cage falls. So I don't think they use the cage for the rest of the match. They just barely do this and that with it, as fans and other wrestlers are around the ring trying to keep the cage from falling again. So yeah, I got it right here. Check this out. This is crazy.
These two men, two undefeated
Anthony goes
streaks.
to climb it,
and
I don't think anyone's expecting this.
Oh my God!
Cage just falls. Whoops. So thankfully that is definitely not going to happen with this one. The owner of I think this is the same cage, I believe. It might be a different one, but I believe it's the same cage. Cousin Larry bought it, and he, fixed it up and made sure that this scenario will never fucking happen again. So yeah, that's exciting to see. Like, that match definitely is announced and ready to go. I just want to know who could possibly be in that cage with them. And actually, I think they might have. They already showed. Yeah, they actually did. Wow, I didn't see this, so I'll show this right now. They already had the names announced. I didn't know the names were already announced. This is how I'm paying attention, right? So names are already announced. We have, drum roll please. It will be Channing Thomas, Anthony Green, Aiden Agro, and Jay Haru. I don't know why I forgot Channing Thomas. I'm sorry. Versus Ace Romero, Aaron Rourke, Gabby Forza, and question mark. So maybe that's the surprise get. Dude, that'd be fucking awesome if it was MJF. That'd be so good. That'd be so good if it was. I highly doubt it. Let me see if I can go to their events and see if anything else has been announced for this show. Oh, Mick Foley. Wow, that's cool. Discussions. So we got a international 4-way. That's cool. I have no clue who any of these guys are, but I'm going for the American Eli Knight. He needs to take it home. Vacation Land Cup qualifier. Oh, maybe is that the qualifiers? Could be. Well, I think it'd say if it was or not, so I don't think so. Then we got Team Showdown versus Swipe Right. So, Scotty Duhati's coming back. That's cool. Swipe Right is doing amazing in NXT right now. And what is it? It's not 205 Live. What is the other one? Whatever one that they've been on, doing awesome. Let's see. Bear Bronson. Hopefully maybe he's in that match. I wouldn't be surprised with Gabby. Scotty Tuhati will team with his son and return to Westbrook, Maine, which is awesome. I could have sworn that there was a post that said, like, we have a surprise guest. Surprise for you guys for Westbrook. Who would you like to see, like, type thing? I don't know. Coolio. I guess let's get into the news, shall we? Jeez, what do you guys want to talk about first? I guess we could talk about the tweets against Ricochet and Evans there. Some back and forth banter towards each other, which was not good in Evans' part since he's new. Probably shouldn't have said half the stuff that he said, and he deleted them for that reason. Jeez, I need an ad blocker. I can't get rid of that. But anyways, so yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, Ricochet dismissed the praise from Evans, posting that he would squash the upcoming NXT talent. This led to sharp responses from Evans, who invoked his career training under WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. My bad. I just got done training at the Performance Center under Shawn Michaels, something that you don't have or do, but I bet your brown egg ass would squash me if Tony told you too much love. OG Ricochet then responded with, brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you were like 12, then went on to become multiple time champions. Let me know when you win one, little boy. And then just back and forth. Evan says, now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Probably shouldn't say that. Talk about an upgrade. Am I right? You have to come for successful ass younging. Sorry. He went and claimed Ricochet targeted him to generate buzz, stating, you needed me, you came for me. Let's just say you had to make a little movement and you knew which younging to come for. And then, of course, Ricochet, with, I believe, the final tweet before it was deleted, said, how many people does the PC hold? Blah, but keep up the energy. It makes you look cool. And then, like I said, Evans deleted it. It's just, yeah, not a good look when you're new in NXT. You probably shouldn't be saying those things. I understand, but And to me, honestly, maybe it's just my opinion, but I don't think Ricochet is like has been doing good in AEW. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just think his stuff hasn't been good lately. But who knows? Could be my terrible opinion. But speaking of AEW, Rhino actually debuts in AEW. That's pretty cool. If I remember correctly, that his TNA contract ran up, and he said that he was pretty much done with TNA. Guy's awesome. He's very good at helping out the younger talent. I know from people who been around him when he's been on the indies. He has no problem, sharing his opinion and helping out. The May 7th edition of AEW Dynamite, Rhino made his debut in AEW facing Nick Wayne for the ROH TV Championship. Wayne cleaned up rather quickly, defeating Rhino in about 3 minutes. Oh, fucking squashed him. Oh, I hope it was like Rhino doing his gore into like the post and maybe like a roll up or something. But Rhino, he's looking to face John Moxley. He really wants to, and maybe Adam Copeland or Christian Cage. That'd be dope. I think Rhino's had some history with Christian Cage, I believe, in TNA, but I could be wrong. But like I said, I'm excited to see Rhino. He's doing great shit, even at that age. So me, it friggin' hurts to breathe half the time, and this guy's friggin' goring people in half. Did you guys see that Dana White wants to bring in the power slap for pro wrestlers? Now, this got a lot of controversy when it first started, and because it's just a CTE waiting to happen, because it got extremely popular, I think, on like TikTok, showing like these Russian events of these Russians just murdering each other doing this. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but he would like practice on watermelons, and he'd slap them and the watermelons would explode. It was crazy. So Dana White, brought it to the States, and now he's looking to get pro wrestling involved, since they're part of their brand. Independent talent who are reportedly be participating are, I have no clue who any of these guys are. Hollywood Haley. I don't no clue who these guys are. So are these all independent talent? Oh, dozens of independent wrestlers. Okay, so maybe I should read. I was thinking it was like WWE guys. Like you would see like Braun Strowman or fucking, I don't know, like Otis, in this shit, but it's just independent guys. So people that are looking to end their careers early, I'm guessing. Oh, it's crazy. I wonder if I can find that slap. Just the watermelons, the power slap. That isn't copyright. See if I can find that really quick. I have to do Russian. See if they're all this one. They would definitely get copyright. Damn it. If I had more time, I should have looked for it. I should have looked for it earlier. I know. I'm bad at this, especially when I'm by myself. So apparently the story is going out that that WWE is interested in working with Ronda Rousey again, which is crazy because last time I knew Ronda wanted nothing to do with WWE, maybe because it was with Vince. But oh my gosh, I hate it. I didn't mind her run, but I hated that she was just being a little bitch about being booed. She's like, I don't like being booed. That's why I don't want to do this anymore. shit like that. And that just irritates me. It's professional wrestling. You don't get to choose how the crowd feels. Why am I getting multiple ads? Damn. You don't get to choose who boos and who cheers you. That's just professional wrestling. That's everywhere. Independent wrestling too. Like, you think everybody cheers me when I come out? No, I get booed half the time too. But just the way that she handled it, being sour about it, having a little tissy fit. I'm just not a fan of that. Just not a fan of that shit. So to see her coming back, we'll see. If they boo her again, she'll probably have a tissy fit and leave again. But who knows? Never say never in wrestling, right? People come back and go away all the time. So it's more the power slap. Geez. So in a few days ago, there was a interview done on the UK's Daily Star that had William Ospreay on it, and he made some comments about WWE. Now I pulled up what he exactly said because I'm not a fan of when sites quote people for saying things, because a lot of times they they take things and kind of jumble what they say to, so they get clicks on their website. Happens all the time. People say they claim that they said something, but they take it out of context. So this report is saying that William Ospreay openly criticized WWE while framing AEW as superior in nearly every in-ring metric. The tribalism is a fire AEW and its supporters want to put out. Ospreay isn't just stroking it; he's drenching it in gasoline. If tribalism is a fire, AEW and its supporters want to put it out. No, they don't. No, they don't. If you haven't noticed on like Twitter, it's the big one. Diehard AEW fans are like the most fucking toxic fans out there. Yes, WWE has those too, but I feel like a lot of like the majority of people who watch WWE kind of think like, let's just watch wrestling together. We'll like things, we don't like things, we'll watch some things that we like and not like, and we'll go from there. But like the AEW fans, like they have to defend the diehard ones. Sorry, the diehard fans have to defend every fucking thing that AEW does, and it's stupid. It's like, okay, this was shit. Why are you praising it? It wasn't good. So why are we doing this? But because they have to be in that circle, they will praise whatever it is. It's so stupid. Again, WWE has some of those fans as well, but I think that there is a vast majority of those fans in AEW than WWE. And their like normal criticism is like, oh WWE is the greatest and whatever, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, yeah, WWE is doing great. If this was a podcast that was taking place, I think it was 2015, 16, if that started, guess what? I'd be shitting all over WWE because that era is fucking garbage. It is the worst that WWE ever was. There was some good things. Again, Bray Wyatt, the Shield. Actually, I think the Shield might have been broken up by then. I can't remember. The Wyatt family, the Shield. A few other things. AJ Styles coming in and having a little bit with Dean Ambrose, that was okay. But the majority of WWE was shit at that point of time. Like, so bad that I stopped watching. Like, they made oh shit, what is his name? He was part of the 3MB 3-man band. Not Drew, not the other guy, not the blonde hair guy. I can't remember his name, but they made him WWE champion because they were doing a deal with Saudi Arabia. It was basically we're only gonna put you over because of this reason, and it was so fucking stupid because the guy was literally been gone forever, comes back, gets his ass kicked for like, if I remember correctly, it was like 6 months, and then now he's WWE champion. He held it for, God, I can't remember how long he held it. Maybe it was a year, maybe half a year, something like that. Close to a year. But that whole time, up until I would say COVID is when things started turning around for WWE. Because, like I said, it was just shit. It was so fucking bad. So bad. It's like it was unwatchable. And like, if you did watch WWE during that time, it was like the pay-per-views. Because Raw and SmackDown was just garbage. But the pay-per-views were great. You know, they're always putting on a great show for the pay-per-views 9 out of 10 times. So you just watch the pay-per-views, get a recap of what's going on, watch the match, and then you wait for the next pay-per-view. That's basically how it went because the show was so bad. But anyways, Ospreay was admitting that he was a kid. As a kid, he was a WWE fan. He enjoyed watching stars like Randy Orton, Eddie Guerrero, and Edge, who is now co-op in AEW. But he eventually grew tired of the product, calling it Pantamp. I can't read, guys. If you haven't noticed, I have I have like a 3rd grade reading level. I know it's terrible, or it could be dumb. It's probably that. He praised AEW for storytelling and creativity, which is crazy because their storytelling is garbage and their creativity is bad. So, and like we've talked about this before, a lot of times Tony Khan comes up with an idea and the wrestlers are like, now scratch that, I'm going to do it this way, which is half the reason why a lot of the shit is shit. So, like I said, I wanted to make sure that, I wasn't taking things out of context of what he was saying. So I pulled the interview of when he was talking about this. Is the last question of the interview. I think it was like 25, 30 minutes long. So if you guys want to watch that, go over to the UK, what was called UK Daily Star to watch the full interview. You might have to, boost the audio though, like I had to, but
is there like Ospreay, a wrestling kind of community camaraderie, like good feeling? Because I remember seeing you with Sasha Banks, who at that time was with as Sasha Banks at WWE before she came to AEW, having a chat kind of after your match at Wembley. And it made me think, is there generally a kind of camaraderie, respect between WWE talent, AEW talent, like the wrestling community, or is it more like a rivalry?
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest with you. Like, I think deep down we know that WWE is like, it's a machine, it's an animal, it's going to be like they're in like giant stadiums and they're doing so good. But like, a lot of people look at us and just go like, what, like we're doing it wrong because WWE are doing this, and it's just like, no, there's just different ways of doing it, hey. And like, I happily say, yeah, I got into WWE when I was a kid, but like when I became like a teenager, I just thought it was lame. There were certain guys that I enjoyed, like Eddie Guerrero's one, Edge was another one, like Randy Orton's sick. But like after a while, I just was just like, this is so pantomiming, and like I always remember like when people would go like, especially coming up in wrestling, it was like less is more, and like, is it like, because I'm bored.
Okay, so let me stop that right there. A lot of times, less is more. A lot of times, you're trying to tell a story of the match, and going 100 miles an hour the whole time, no one's going to remember that. And you want people to, be involved and kind of, not only have a good time, but remember why they're having a good time, so they come back and you can buy more they sell more tickets and they come to more events. Yeah, I'm always told less is more. I had a match with Donkey Boy Bandit in the Limitless dojo, and we went, I think, 6 minutes. In that 6 minutes, we did a fuckload of shit. Like, it was at that time I was in pretty good shape. I'm terrible shape now, which I have to, do everything I can to get myself ready for the 24th. But in that 6 minutes, everybody in there, every teacher was in there, said the exact same thing. It's like that 6-minute match, you could have made 12 minutes or even 15. You went 0 to 100 the whole time, didn't let anything, anything breathe or sink in. You just spot. A lot like William Ospreay does. However, not that William Ospreay is a terrible wrestler. I enjoy a lot of his stuff, especially when he's wrestling, guys that were formerly in WWE or can even do that style. But I don't think a lot of times he let things breathe. And it's just like, oh, next spot. A lot of people have that, thought of, that's the next thing that I need to do. What's the next thing I need to do? What's the next thing I need to do? Instead of letting that moment sink in, letting it breathe, let the audience, kind of, take in what's going on and then continue on to have an even better match, and when William does do that, it's great, like it's like, oh my God, what's next? Is he going to, take control of this match and finally get up on this bad guy type thing? So again, it's the kind of the new style wrestling. Like there is a lot of guys who do that. It's just spot fest. I like to tell a story in my match. I like to let things breathe, especially since I'm fucking now almost 400 pounds. I think I've dropped quite a bit of weight, thankfully, lately. But as a almost 400-pound guy, I need to have things that, can allow the audience to get more involved into, especially so I can fucking breathe because I'm dying. I'm dying. I did a match in for Crown of Maine, and like I realized like I was needed to change something because I was so bad in shape. I don't think I did it like as best as I could in that match. But again, two different style wrestling. People like to do the spot fest. I like to tell the story. It's you basically at the end of the day, they call it wrestling your flavor of ice cream. You either like chocolate or vanilla, basically. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla, So it is what it is, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Like it's the same stuff. It's recycled and it's over and over again. And every now and again you get something cool like the CM Punk pipe bomb promo. Like every now and again something like, whoa, that was sick. And like WWE are on fire now, but like I still as not only just a viewer but as a wrestler, I just don't enjoy it. I think like I haven't watched WrestleMania. Like what I've heard it wasn't the best Mania in maybe like Io, Rhea, and Bianca was the only sick match on there.
Okay, first things first. WrestleMania was fucking fantastic. Second thing, 100% agree. That match was the best match of night 2. The opening was the best match of night 2. They fucking killed it, those girls. They did an amazing job. Both nights were great. First night was amazing. Second night was great until the main event. I fucking hated the main event. And I think that's what maybe that he's getting that information from, because for a lot of people, the main event ruined the show for them. Because, we were all expecting The Rock to show up and he didn't show up. They had Travis Scott. No offense to Travis Scott. I don't give a shit about Travis Scott. I really don't. And I feel like a lot of other fans have the same opinion. They don't give a shit about Travis Scott. And I think that moment would have been a lot better if it was The Rock coming in and doing things. And we had that rumor that maybe Stone Cold would have showed up. And I understand that that could have been like similar to last year's WrestleMania, but everybody was expecting that moment to happen. And it didn't. We got Travis Scott instead. And it just killed it. And then on top of that, We had John Cena, who has been for weeks saying, he's going to bring the championship home. You're not a good wrestler. You're a mark. You don't even know who you are type shit. And as well as, at, what was it? Elimination. Was it Elimination Chamber? I believe it was Elimination Chamber, where he turned on the fans, John Cena, and beat the living piss out of Cody Rhodes. So that moment where he had the belt and he could have hit John, I think a lot of people wanted him to do it and they didn't, and that kind of ruined it, which I believe he should have. This guy has fucked you for weeks. He sold his soul to The Rock, who is no longer in the story, which is the stupidest fucking thing. You built a storyline, and now you're no longer in the storyline to finish the storyline. He should have hit him with the belt, and maybe they should have done a different finish. Maybe that was the idea, and The Rock, didn't show up to WrestleMania. So for him saying that, it was a terrible WrestleMania, no, it was pretty fucking good, especially night one. I think if you get rid of the main event at night 2 and you did that with those girls for main event, I think it would have been a lot better night, but that's my opinion. Or, The Rock actually coming and doing his job. Anyways, back to Ospreay.
Which 3 of them are sick, right? They're one of 3 of the best wrestlers, period. But for me, I just never was a WWE guy. I respect it, and I respect the guys doing it. That schedule is like crazy, and I commend them all for doing it. I just didn't like it. I don't like the show. I don't like the style of wrestling. I don't like the presentation. It's got better. I love the one-shots that they've been doing, but I've never been a big fan of it. So that's why when like AEW came along and they went with more like the sports-based stylized of it, it was something that I could sink my teeth into. Even right, this isn't sports-based at all, more presentation. When Hangman came out with the Dark Order by his side, like, you don't have to be a cowboy. I was like, that still to this day gives me goosebumps. Because I thought, like, that's how you take, like, a group of, like, because the Dark Order are, like, for me, a group of nobodies. Like, the misfits. And they told this beautiful story about coming together and the cowboy leading them and becoming cowboy.
I think the biggest problem with AEW is that they don't know how to build stars. For that reason, the Dark Order. Nobody knows who the fucking Dark Order is and shit like that, which is crazy because the Dark Order at the beginning of AEW was a big fucking deal. They were over as shit, and where are they now? Where are they now? They're here and there, but I can't even remember the last time the Dark Order was on the show besides that event with Hangman. So I think that's what the main gripe that people have with AEW is that they can't get you to invest into a character because not only the stories are garbage, but you see them go here and there. They go, they come, they go. Like I was making the joke that like, where the fuck is Daniel Garcia? One of the biggest, names that was around in the beginning. He was hot. He was supposed to be in WWE. If you haven't watched that interview with Chris Jericho, supposed to be in WWE. He said a comment. They took offense to it, and they never talked to him again. So he went to AEW, and he was hot in AEW. Did shit with Punk. Did a bunch of shit. He got over, and they just. Where did he go? He disappeared for a long time. Is he in ROH? Maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking watch ROH because you gotta have I think you have to have a subscription to watch ROH. Yeah, it's just me.
It's like this is sick. This is like it's I don't want to use the word cinema, but it was like a beautiful movie that just portrayed right in front of our eyes, and I just couldn't believe that this is AEW. So like, I love that. I love the fact that they did different stuff like an exploding barbed wire death match. Like, I mean, look, it didn't go according to plan, but like, at least they're like daring to try those things. Like, and I think they're just lessons. I think honestly, if I want to be the next Guinness.
God, that freaking match, that explosion match was so bad. Not because it ruined the ending. The ending ruined it. I wish they could do something like that again. Of course, they can't with with the arenas. They did it with COVID, but oh my God, that was such a big fuck up. They were the laughing stock for months. Oh, I really wish they could do it again and maybe have that moment again where it's an actual like holy shit. But whatever.
Pick for that match, I would happily volunteer myself to do an exploding barbed wire death match. But like, of course, like I respect WWE and I admire everyone there, and a lot of people think I hate Triple H, and I really don't. Like, I've no problem. I've never met the guy before in my life, but for me, there's always this little bit of rivalry where I'll just be like, yeah, you guys are the biggest. Yeah, you guys are drawing the bigger houses. Yeah, you guys got the bigger deals. But the moment the bell rings, I think we're better than all of them. Like, I think, honestly, on my worst day, I'm better than...
No, you're not. You're not better. How would I know you're not better? Like this. I can show you right here. The latest AEW and Raw ratings. Look at this. It start, 2020, 841, quarter 3, quarter 4, 2020, 820, 2001, quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, 7,705, 775,000. Sorry, I can't talk either, apparently. 954,000, 1 million. I think that's when Punk showed up, doing Punk shit. 940,000. 2022, all those quarters, 1,900,000. See, they were doing great. 20, 21, 22, keeping around that range of 1,900,000. And then we got to 2023 and 2024, and just shit has dropped. 907, 955, got back up in quarter 3, 885, down again, 828, quarter 1, 810, quarter 2, 712 for 2024, 696, 610,000, 610,000, 618,000. Like, they're dropping every year. Their ratings are going lower and lower and lower. Can't take account of 2025 because, well, besides quarter 1, because quarter 1's over, but right now quarter 2 is 609,000. But we look at WWE Raw, and everything is staying within 100, with like up and down within that same region. It's 1,761, 1,721. 1,851, 1,751, 1,791. 2021 was their worst year for quarter 4. 631 million. 1,631,000. Then 1,763, 765, 867. Quarter 4, holy shit, that was bad too. For 2022, 636, 834, 804, 680. What the fuck? What happened in 2023 there? 1,004. Something fucking happened. Jeez, that dropped down a lot. But they're keeping their range like right around each other. AEW was doing the same thing until 2023, and then just constantly just dropped, continuously dropping. So no, you do not have the better show. You have great wrestlers. You do. You have fantastic wrestlers on that show. MJF, yourself, FTR when they're not used as shit. Malachi Black, who is no longer there. You know, guys, friggin' oh shit, wow, my brain just died right there when I was trying to throw out Darby Allin. There you go. You know, those guys, they're great. They're fantastic wrestlers. I know there's more that I'm not naming. I apologize. Tony Storm, great. But I feel like the story and the back and forth of changing between heel and babyface every week and like a few other factors is not good for the show. And it's making the show die. And you can see it from year to year. They're continuously dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. But anyways, back to William.
A lot of the guys in ring. Promo, you guys got like a bunch of guys. Punk's sick, Reigns is sick. There's still things that I need to catch up on. But in ring, I generally don't think there is anyone from that side that like matches any of our guys.
Come on. Yeah. So that was William Ospreay with WWE. Yeah. I'm just baffled thinking that there's some superstars that aren't at the same level as he is. I understand there are some shit wrestlers there, but you know, there are some pretty damn good wrestlers. So most of them are on TV every week, you know. So I know we talked about this before, the All-American freestyle wrestling that Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff are now running. Apparently it is athletes that are in wrestling, amateur wrestling, that are going to be in this, this company, which is crazy to think. So does that mean they could do promos and shit like that? Or is it just going to be, just them just doing their amateur wrestling shit, which apparently has happened like before in the past. They tried to, promote amateur wrestling like pro wrestling, and it's always failed, just like the XFL. And Hulk Hogan made some comments about Shelton Benjamin. First of all, he was like saying that he wrestled Brock Lesnar when he first came out of UFC, which is 100% bullshit. Brock left and went to UFC. You never wrestled him when he was in UFC. I hope I can find his actual comments of what he actually said, the whole thing. But he called Shelton Benjamin Shelton. You're trying to praise this guy, and you fucking can't remember what his name is? Are you serious? But Shelton Benjamin, he had some funny thing to say. He said in a message to Hulk Hogan, "You lost me forever with your don't get caught," or as you call it, apology speech. So rather than screw up my name and pretend we ever had any sort of chemistry, or whatever the fuck he says, which we never had. Please do me a favor. And he shared the Will Smith meme. Keep my fucking name out of your mouth. Keep my name out of your fucking mouth. Which is hilarious. So is this must be the apology that they're talking about? But he says this.
We're up and running. We're on the crest of the wave, and we're on a crazy roll, man. It's getting nuts.
Yeah, so tell us about this, Hulk, because if people are thinking, hey, this is professional wrestling, this is WWE.
We started out with real American
Jesus
beer.
Christ.
It was
Put
lane,
the camera on a tripod, Hulk Hogan. Holy shit. Fucking shaking the shit out of this.
Amateur guys, because they don't get to continue their career. They either go to UFC and they do the striking, or they get a normal job like a mailman or electrician. And I said, with my partner, I said, let me call Eric, because there's something here. and Chad and Eric put our heads together and we said, these guys don't have a chance to continue their professional career. But since we can pay them now, it's real American.
Dude, I'm getting motion sickness for watching this video. Like, I'm not kidding. He is shaking the shit out of this camera and I can't handle it. Holy shit. I can't. I'm not kidding. I am getting motion sick from watching this. I'll try a little bit more.
Professional Olympics, when I think about the UFC and the WWE, we're not competitive at all with these guys, but we have a chance to be just as big as them. So that's what I'm looking for, because everybody loves wrestlers can come out. You're going to actually be vested at the end of the day. Also, their licensing, their
another cool thing for the sport of wrestling.
But to see our president step up and be involved, I said, I might know somebody.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm not kidding. That was making me motion sick. Oh my God. That was not what the video I was looking for. I was hoping that was in there, but whatever. But, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, he said stuff about Angle too, which I can't remember. I wish I had the actual, what he said. This doesn't say anything but the Shelton Benjamin shit. I did have this other article pulled up. But this is talking more about the freestyle wrestling. Anyways, so Hulk Hogan was on Fox, promoting this shit, and people had
20 seconds right to that camera. Tell us what it's
about Hulk.
It's going to be crazy, brother. I'm in New York City. I got all lit up last night. I saw.
What is that mean? Oh my God. What? I can see why people were like, holy shit, what is going on? So people don't understand that he's doing the NWO shit. He has the black beard and the black goatee and kept the mustache white. But yeah, he just looks sickly in this fucking interview.
Hulk Hogan Scores Sports Bar right down the street next to Madison
His eyes
Square
are bulging
Garden.
out of his head.
Everybody in New York City is drinking real American beer, and now I got the best of the best with me. We're taking amateur wrestling and we're making it the black and blue.
All right,
the black
very
and blue
nice.
of professional freestyle wrestling. So what you gonna do?
Fuck Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry. I could see why people were concerned about him. Oh my God. Oh, I'm still feeling sick. I'm not kidding. The fucking shaking of that camera just fucked me up. Oh my God. But yeah, this is gonna be a train wreck. Let's be honest. It's gonna just go to shit. But we'll see. Apparently, they're doing a pay-per-view. I think they said August or October of this year. I think that was a oopsie daisy. I think they mean for next year. But it's like I don't see how this is gonna. I think it's gonna do some shoot wrestling and then do like a German suplex or some shit, or a or just a suplex or AA shit like that. I don't know how they're gonna do it. We'll have to see. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So, as all you can see, Alberto Del Rio was announced as he was signed with WWE. Now, if you guys don't remember, I think it was a few weeks ago, we heard that Alberto Del Rio was fired from AAA. Come to find out now that it was to get signed with WWE. But he's had a very, very rocky past. He's done a lot of shit that people were like, I don't know why you signing this guy. Alberto Del Rio, he was suspended from WWE. He had a 30-day. This was in 2016. He again had like a 60-day, and then I think he got let go. And then he had, I think a few years later, some charges were put up against him. They were for sexual assault, kidnapping, like some crazy fucking shit. I think at one time there was even like a murder charge on him, but that was, that was taken away because it probably was false information. So this guy's had a very rocky past, as well as it's kind of funny that we saw that he's been suspended from a promotion. We showed it. I can't remember. It was 2 weeks ago that he threw a chair at a fan. So the WWE bringing him back is fucking crazy. Especially, the shit that he's done. But we'll see what happens, I guess. Will he bring back his manager? Hopefully. I love that guy. But just to have that kind of controversy with Alberto Del Rio and bringing him back, I don't think is a good deal. It's already a problem with Hulk Hogan shows up. Everybody, everybody lets him know how they feel about him. Guy's a piece of shit. Brock Lesnar, there was rumors about Brock coming back, and everybody's like, don't do that. Even though I think those allegations have been dropped as well. But is this a good direction that WWE is going? I don't know. I don't know. I did hear that also that Goldberg was coming back, and a possible rumor for his last match would be Gunther versus Goldberg, which I think will be great. Good way to put Gunther over. Hopefully they put him over. Jeez, I don't know how many times we've seen WWE stars coming in for last matches or whatever, and they freaking bury their upcoming talent. Not a great thing to do. I know everybody's there to see that talent, but hey, you probably should, get those guys over instead of burying them. Everybody has that problem with Brock Lesnar coming in, taking the title. I did, especially me. Fucking hated it when Brock came back, get the WWE title, and then just go away. I feel like they should be the WWE Championship is meaningful, so it should always be presented on the show and defended. Because you are the face of the company. It should be presented to the fans, and to have it and then walk away, it kind of diminished the title for quite a long time until I think Drew McIntyre got it back, and then I think it started meaning something. And then I hated how they made the heavyweight title. It was just basically like, okay, we can't get it off Roman, so let's just make this one. It was dumb, but Roman had I have the perfect excuse that I have cancer and I can't really defend it every night. So, but yeah, that was all my news today, guys. I didn't see anything else that was newsworthy. Maybe I missed something. Who knows? I typically watch botches, but hey, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight. Almost an hour in. Feel like I've covered everything I can. We got shows coming up. I'm excited for, like I said, Limitless doing Westbrook. In Westbrook, we got the match with Pathway versus the Wild, May 24th in Oldtown. That's a big deal. Can't wait for that. But yeah, just support your local independent wrestling companies. Support your independent wrestlers that you enjoy. You can find me on every social media platform: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, Big Cat Tyler Adams. Twitter and Facebook, Tyler Adams. Purr Wrestling Tees, Tyler Adams. Purr Sessions on every platform. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, even comment on this video. It helps us out greatly. And of course, if you can't watch the live show, always can check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, any audio platform out there. Give us 5 stars, please. So yeah, I will see you guys next week, hopefully with everybody. And just thinking if I should do bot, because I don't want to do botch, but I don't want to get copyright strike all the shit. But I thank you guys for coming in. I will see you guys next week.
Per session signing off, but we ain't saying goodbye. Keep your fans front, still reaching for the sky. Professional